Welcome to Industry Ops Planner. This video will cover buyer functionality within IOP. You can find other helpful videos on our YouTube channel. Logging in, you always start at the Comm Center, but let's take a look at the Team tab first. Your IOP team would include anyone with whom you want to share visibility and/or work responsibility on supplier communication and selection, project updates, or service quality feedback. This might include engineers, well site representatives, field supervisors, management, and/or supply chain. Other registered users included in your IOP team will not have visibility on any project unless you specifically add them to that project, but they need to be in your IOP team to be selected for a project. If someone is not on your IOP team, they can be added by selecting from your company list or by entering their email. If the requested team member is not a registered user of IOP, they will receive an invitation to register, and upon registration will be able to join your team. The Comm Center has boxes for incoming and outgoing supplier communication. This is where you'll keep track of supplier communications and send award, no award notices to suppliers. All the communications here are project specific and are organized according to services in question. Messages are duplicated in your email so you can access them offline or here in IOP in a more organized fashion. Everyone on your project team will be included in supplier communications initiated in IOP and will have their own unique comm center. As members of a project team, they also have the ability to contribute to the conversation. When a supplier registers with IOP, they designate contacts for specific services and locations, so you don't need to look them up or add them. IOP does this automatically, and because suppliers control their contact list in IOP, you can be assured your message is getting to the right people. We'll revisit the Comm Center later. Next, we'll go to projects. A project in IOP is intended to be a single action rather than a series, like drilling a single well rather than drilling 20 wells in a field. In this manner, IOP allows the use of specific coordinates, dates, and services for that well. With more robust detail, you and your suppliers can track upcoming activity with better clarity, and you can provide service quality feedback on a well-to-well basis. To create a project, first select a project type as either completions, construction, as in locations or egress, decommissioning, drilling, facilities, geoexploration, as in seismic, or well work. IOP uses unique project types to automatically refine the service list that you will later pick from. Remember, the goal is to make sure you always have relevant information without a lot of noise. Next, enter a name for your project, then enter the latitude and longitude. If the lat-long is not precisely known, you can enter an approximation or use the closest town or known address. For offshore projects, use the location of the dock rather than the well. A pinpoint drops down so you can see your project on the map. Click on the edit icon and you can enter a start date and duration, edit the location, or modify the project type if necessary. Here you can add team members to this particular project by selecting from those listed in your IOP team. Don't forget to save. Clicking on the project name, you see a list of all the products and services that are available for the project type indicated. Before adding necessary items, you can set project level filters for your search. These filters include certifications as well as quality ratings. Certifications are assigned to a supplier service location according to the supplier's own input. Quality ratings are based on the input of other buyers and are specific to a given service provided by a supplier at a specific location. Quality ratings are subjective, but IOP provides pop-up notations to help standardize the ratings. Note that using these filters will reduce the number of viable suppliers found in your search. After setting project level filters, simply click on the plus sign for those items that will be needed for your project. Items can be deleted by clicking on this icon, but items with existing communication threads cannot be removed. Simply click on any one of them and you'll get a list of viable suppliers with road distance and driving time to the project location. Here we can modify product-specific certifications and quality ratings required, similar to what was done at the project level. Each product or service also has a list of versions to allow for meaningful refinement. Select None and you will find suppliers that provide any of them. Select Multiple and you'll find suppliers that provide all of those selected. The list of versions is unique to the product or service selected. In addition to the filters, you can enter details about your requirements for a specific product or service. This information is not used to filter results, but will be included in your message to viable suppliers to ensure they have a full understanding of your requirements. Once filters and details are set, select the suppliers of interest for each of your required products and services. Upon selecting them, they are added to the quote list. As you can see the request to quote count increasing. Do this for as many items as you like at one time. You can do everything in one go or come back at a later time. You can even take a group of products and have one of your team members take another group. It really depends on what you need. Just note that the selections are not saved on logout until the request is actually sent to the suppliers chosen. Next, click on Request a Quote, and you'll have an entry section for your email to suppliers. At the right is a list of services included in this group with the included suppliers listed under each item. The subject line will include your name, the item required from the vendor, and any content entered here. The body will contain any content entered here. In addition, the body of the message will have a section that contains details and versions added for each product, project name, start date, duration, and location. You can also copy and paste from Word documents. After sending the request, you can go to your comm center to see each of the threads created. Again, these are project and product specific with the supplier indicated here. The option for additional communication is available. And when ready, this is where you select primary and backup suppliers for each product. Those award selections will be automatically delivered to the supplier contacts through IOP. Additional communication on each thread, if necessary, is possible through your IOP Comm Center and will continue to be shared with project team members. Once services have been awarded, selected suppliers will be included in your vendor list for that particular project. The vendor list can be exported and shared as needed. The Suppliers tab is used in a number of ways. Under each project, a list of suppliers awarded either primary or backup service can be rated according to your experience. Project team members in the field or the office can share this action as well. The quality rating includes the numerical ratings as well as a section for comments. Under each product is a list of all suppliers that have been quoted for that product. At this time, there is no extensive functionality here, but future plans include service quality reporting for certain buyer accounts. The Suppliers tab also includes a whitelist and blacklist. Suppliers can be searched and added to either of these lists. No additional functionality is provided here, but future plans include approved vendor filters on supplier queries for certain buyer accounts. And that's really how Industry Ops Planner works. It's a very simple and efficient user interface that saves you time and allows you to use operational information, what you need, where you need it, when it's required, to match up with supplier capability in an efficient manner so you and your suppliers can get down to planning execution to reduce NPT. Better planning, in turn, will reduce the cost of doing business. And that's the purpose of IOP: efficiency, better execution, and reduced cost. Thank you very much for your time. Please visit our website to learn more about Indigio Virtus.